All right. Looks like we got our audio problems fixed. I had an update on my computer. Welcome, everybody, to the Split Decisions Racing League Double Trouble Series Championship race presented by Lamb, the Lamb Foundation. 75 minutes of action coming to you here. We have on board right now with Joel Brewer qualifying. Douglas Wysocki on track. That's good enough for fastest qualifier of your truck so far. Coming around for a second lap, trying to improve upon that lap. As we said, this is the championship race. Only two can be crowned champion. One in your ARCA class and one in your truck class. This is the Split Decisions Double Trouble Series, so they have two classes on the track at the same time. It was Richard Crane in your number 36 Navy-sponsored Chevrolet Silverado. He is one of your championship contenders here tonight. Do 3 and 4 to complete his first lap of qualifying.
It keeps just so never the split, I think.
It's pretty slow.
I'm slipped in the mold.
Sixth fastest his first time around. We'll see how he does this time. Up to the top of the board.
Pressure, but you better be fast and get that pole.
Top of the board for Richard Crane. Douglas Wysocki, your second fastest qualifier. We're going to go to our points. And this is what your points look like. Keith Fonseca has a 12-point lead over Jeff Ramsdell. And Doug Wysocki has a 3-point lead over Richard Crane. So we'll see how that shakes out tonight. There will be bonus points for the stage after 25 minutes into the session. Let's see if we can make that a little bit bigger. Oh, that's big enough there. Yeah. So Doug Wysocki has a 2-point lead over Richard Crane. Jonathan Cusimano is 11 back in third. Larry Bruner and David Scott is your top 5 in your truck class. ARCA class, you got Keith Fonseca with a 12-point lead over Jeff Ramsdell. Thomas Myers is 19 back with Michael Gitchell and Patrick Anderson rounding out your top 5 here tonight. We have about a minute and a half left here of qualifying. These guys are wrapping up. We only have 6 ARCA cars and 6 trucks here tonight. So, yeah, that would be kind of hard for Keith Fonseca to lose this championship. So we could probably crown him champion here right now for the ARCA class. So right now the championship is going to be decided between your truck class drivers, between Richard Crane and Doug Wysocki. Jonathan Cusimano was in 3rd place. He is not here yet. He's got 45 seconds to join. I want to thank Merritt Construction for sponsoring the league, for sponsoring the Merritt Double Trouble Series. Yep, and we're going to grid. There's your trucks gridding up right now. The 44 truck, my daughter's already fell in love with this truck of Joel Brewer. He'll be starting 5th tonight. Keith Fonseca, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, man. Well, you got a 12-point lead, and there's only 6 ARCA drivers here tonight, so that sort of crowned you the champion there.
It seems like it. I won't crown myself until the race is actually over, kind of a thing. You know, even if I have clinched it and stuff. You know, the whole jinx kind of a thing, and it's close. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, excited. Okay.
All right, man. Well, you got any plans for this race, or are you just gonna run it like you have all season?
I'm just gonna run it like I have all season. You know, like he's the one that's got to go out there and do good. I don't. Kind of a thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has to go out there. He has to go out there and win stage, and he has to go out there and win the race. You know, I just need to basically kind of
not finish last. That's it.
More or less. Yep.
All right, man. Well, good luck. We'll see you later on tonight.
All right. Thank you. Have a good broadcast.
All right. Thank you. That was Keith Fonseca, our ARCA driver, the ARCA champion, potentially. Your pole sitter, Richard Crane, he and Douglas Wysocki are 2 points apart right now. As they roll off, we're going to show your grid here. Richard Crane, Douglas Wysocki make up row 1. Row 2 is Thomas Teagan, and your first qualifying ARCA drivers, Lucas the Taco Man Gortman. Row 3 will be Joe Brewer and David Scott. Row 4, Larry Bruner, Patrick Anderson. Thomas Myers, Michael Gitchell, Keith Fonseca, and Jeff Ramsdell make up the last row. That'd be row 6. Richard Crane leading us to green. And he is off. Douglas Wysocki with not a very good start. He's got the 13 battling with him there for second place. Spreading out in the back. The ARCA cars in the trucks. The top 4 trucks trying to break away from the ARCA class. Oh, Crane sideways, opening the door for Wysocki. A little gamesmanship early on between the two. Wysocki on the apron. Here comes Thomas Teagan. David Scott was also fast in practice. $139 laps is what they're estimated to go tonight, with the time being 75 minutes. Back in the back here, you have Lucas Gortman sandwiched between Joel Brewer and Larry Bruner. And the McConey setup shop. Chevrolet Impala. Oh, and Bruner in the wall. It's going to fall back into the clasp of these ARCA drivers now. Gitchell around. Bruner dropping. He's got Patrick Anderson and Jeff Ramsdell representing Navy tonight. Back up front, Richard Crane's continuing to lead. He's got Doug Wysocki right in his rearview mirror, though. That time around, Wysocki was a 10th faster. Oh, and Michael Gitchell has seemed to be having some trouble. Oh, him and Patrick Anderson come get together. Back alive now. Challenge for the lead. Wysocki washes up the track. Crane closes the door. Wysocki tries again. He's going low. That outside lane has the momentum coming off the corners. Especially through 3 and 4. It's hard to get off of 4 if you're not able to wash up to that wall. Wysocki down low again. He's going to try to make the pass here going into 3. If he doesn't clear Crane, Crane's going to get the run again on the outside. Oh, he's cleared him. Wysocki to the point. Here comes Teagan. Oh, Crane into the wall. David Scott trying to get around him now for 3rd. Crane falls back to 4th place. Meanwhile, Doug Wysocki is putting a gap on the 2nd place driver of Thomas Teagan. Back here in the back, here's Keith Fonseca, your current points leader. He's got a pretty good cushion on that number 7 there of Jeffrey Ramsdell. Got 17 minutes left to go in the stage. Gortman has gotten around Crane. He set his sights on David Scott for 3rd overall. He makes a pass on the outside. The ARCA cars are going to start coming to life. Gortman to the inside of Teagan. Gortman around him. Gortman low. He's going to assume the overall race lead. For the first time tonight, it took 18 laps, but we have an ARCA car leading with Lucas Gortman. Thomas Myers and Jeff Ramsdell and Keith Fonseca have all gotten around Richard Crane. Thomas Teagan has gotten around Douglas Wysocki. He's your race leader now. With David Scott trying to get around Wysocki. Got about 14 minutes left in this stage. Wysocki gives up the position. He just knows he's got to stay in front of Richard Crane, and the championship is his. Battle here for third place overall. Fonseca's gotten around David Scott. Jeff Ramsdell, or no, Richard Crane and Joel Brewer pitting early. It's part of their strategy right here. Doug Wysocki pitting now. He's coming off pit lane. Lucas Gortman. Thomas Teagan continues to lead with Fonseca right behind him. Fonseca taking over the point. Your new race leader, Keith Fonseca. Looks like Thomas Teagan has dropped off. He's going to pit now. Thomas Myers and Patrick Anderson running third and fourth here. There's a battle for third. Oh, well, not Patrick Anderson. This is Jeff or Ramsdell. Ramsdell is a lap down. He's trying to make up time on Keith Fonseca now. Larry Bruner on pit lane. Your top five. Michael Gitchell. He's running fifth right now. He has not pitted yet. Patrick Anderson, the number 99, has not pitted. Thomas Myers. David Scott is the only truck that has not pitted yet. He is still out there. There's Doug Wysocki, your championship contender. Richard Crane running right behind him. Second, third. We got about 8 minutes left to go in this stage. I have to imagine, I know I talked to the truck drivers earlier. They thought they could get about 38 laps in on a tank of fuel. Here comes Jeff Ramsdell to try to get his lap back. He's done lapping himself. Their top five still has not pitted yet. Is it possible that Michael Gitchell is trying to save fuel? Patrick Anderson, Thomas Myers are going to try to make it the whole distance, or are they going to run it as far out as they can? Richard Crane getting around David Scott. Wysocki is trying to get his lap back. The 34 truck has gotten around the 16 of ARCA car of Keith Fonseca unlap himself, so he is back on the lead lap. David Scott finally on pit lane, hitting his pit box. So that's just the top four. Oh no, Michael Gitchell has gotten passed by Lucas Gortman, so he is not pitted yet though. He's running fifth. Your top three: Fonseca, Myers, and Anderson. Here's your second place car of Thomas Myers. Bo Ross, your WDWA champion. He's a wrestler. It's possible these guys can go the whole distance on fuel. Richard Crane still is one lap down. He has not gotten around. Oh, and he's contacted the wall. Riding along with Richard. As he goes past the start-finish line, he's got the leader in his sights right ahead of him. He's trying to get one of his get this lap back. He's got Joel Brewer right behind him in fourth. Wysocki has gotten around Michael Gitchell. Still got a minute and a half left in this stage. A minute and a half. I think your top three cars are going to make it. Jeff Ramsdell, he's in second place in points. He gambled and pitted there trying to gain on Keith Fonseca, but I don't think it's going to work. Ten seconds. And the caution is out. So Keith Fonseca, right there, has clinched the championship. Your ARCA Championship 2022-2023. I don't know what it's considered right now, but he will be your ARCA champion. Douglas Wysocki, he was able to gain 2 more positions on Richard Crane in that stage. So that put 2 more positions upon him, 2 more points on him. So Richard has to finish fourth or Richard's got to win, and Douglas Waisaki's got to finish fourth or worst. So congratulations to your champion, Keith Fonseca. I believe he won a championship with the East Coast Online Sim Racing Association Super Speedway Series in the last week or so. So this is his second championship in a week. Now they will all come down pit lane, get in service. Richard Crane, Joel Brewer, and David Scott, they are going to have to pit next time around because they never got their lap back. So Richard's got to dig out of a hole here. First off is going to be Keith, Lucas, Jeff Ramsdell, Patrick Anderson, Thomas Myers, and then Jeff Ramsdell with Doug Wysocki and Thomas Teagan coming out of the pits. There's with having some issues there early on, Michael Gitchell was able to hang on to the lead lap. Here these guys come down pit lane. This is Richard Crane, Joel Brewer, David Scott, and Larry Bruner all coming down pit lane to get service. See if yes, Richard Crane was able to use his fast repair there to get his truck fixed up. There's your ARCA champion, Sonia, in the chat, cheering him on. Wave rounds going by. The stage, they get one wave around, so these guys will get one more chance to get back on that lead lap. We know how long these guys will go. The trucks, they get 36 laps on fuel, whereas the ARCA cars, they get about 48 laps. So I think that the ARCA cars, they're going to be able to split it in half maybe and only have to stop one time between now and the end of the race. Looks like we're going to go green this time by. We heard on the podcast that Keith said that he didn't think he ran real well at Charlotte, but then he comes out and wins the first stage. Douglas Wysocki, he just needed to come out here and run decent. He needed to keep Richard Crane in his windshield, just right in front of him, and he was able to finish ahead of him and open up the small gap that they had. Keith Fonseca with a good restart. Pounding him through the gears. Back here in the back. Crane on the apron. Lucas Gortman has gotten around Fonseca for the lead. But here's your championship battle right here. Crane, Wysocki. Crane taking over the point. Three wide. Richard Crane is a man on the mission right now. He just needs to stay right there. He's got about a 4-point gap on Richard Crane. Ramsdell hit the apron there. And he's dropping. Whoa! Patrick Anderson in the wall. Let's watch that. It's loose. Only one car involved, so the race is going to continue to go. Patrick on pit lane. Richard Crane's been faster than Lucas Gortman. He's pretty much been the fastest on the track. He's going to look to get rid of him soon. Gortman in the wall. Gitchell sideways. Oh, Gitchell in the wall. He keeps it up there. Less than 40 minutes. Michael Gitcher coming off pit lane. Wysocki all over the back of Thomas Myers. Lucas Gortman has got around Richard Crane. Richard Crane is slow. He's looks like he's brushed the wall. Richard needed to stay ahead of him. Oh, Mike Gitchell continues to find the wall. Lucas Gortman continues to lead this race. Keith Fonseca, Thomas Myers running in your top three. Jeff Ram still looking to get around Wysocki. Want to thank our race sponsor tonight, the Lamb Foundation, the Breath of Hope. There, they know that Patrick Anderson's sister suffers from this terrible disease, and we just want to bring some light upon that. We did a fundraiser race a few years ago, and was a great time and for a good foundation. So want to bring that to light. He also brought forth Merit Construction for the Double Trouble Series sponsor. Thomas Teagan has got around Doug Oisaki. And that time by, Richard Crane was faster than Doug Wysocki. Larry Bruner challenging Wysocki currently. Bruner is 2 laps down. Oh, Richard Crane on pit lane. As well as David Scott. They went 29 laps. Are they breaking this into 3 segments here? Maybe they're breaking it into 3 segments, so that'll be interesting. See how that strategy plays out for himself and Doug Wysocki here. Oh, and Doug's hitting pit lane, as well as Larry Bruner. Off pit lane. There's Richard Crane. He got on pit lane 2 laps sooner. So it's going to put him out in front of Wysocki currently. With Thomas Teagan staying out there. That was a good strategy call by Wysocki because he knew ahead of time that he only has to finish within 3 positions of Richard Crane. So whatever Richard does, he's doing. And Thomas is on pit lane. Patrick Anderson, 1 lap down, racing with Joel Brewer in 5th place in the trucks. Richard Crane has taken over your race lead in the truck class. As well as David Scott getting around Thomas Teagan. Just ahead of David Scott is Doug Wysocki. We're gonna bring up Patrick Anderson and see what we can get some information out of him. Patrick Anderson, you got a copy? No copy from Patrick.
Yeah, hey, how's you doing?
Hey, I figured I'd bring you in there. You're running a little race of yourself right now. You got in some trouble there early in this run, and you're just trying to survive. It looks like. I know.
Yeah, I just got loose and that's it.
Yeah. Well, you're the race sponsor tonight, so I figured I could bring you up here and talk about Lamb Foundation.
Yeah. Well, like it does research for lamb, which, like I really don't know how to pronounce the actual disease. It's just lamb.
Yeah. Yeah.
LAM. They just do research. They do. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on 2 things.
No, you're fine.
They do like studies and stuff like that. Just trying to eliminate it. Lamb. It affects women of childbearing age. Attacks lungs, ovaries, kidneys. And it's just cysts. And so my sister, she gets cysts on her lungs, and then like they pop, and then her lungs collapse, and she has to be on air. And like right now, they say most women live 10 years, like very few live 20. like once diagnosed, and so it's just you're just going through that, and it's just one of those things to just biding time. Hopefully, they I think like right now the only real cure is a lung transplant, but then as soon as a woman gets a lung transplant, then the disease starts to attack that set of lungs too. So it's just one of those things, bring some awareness to what other people are going through. And
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the championship race, and I believe Keith Fonseca has got it locked up. I think there's no way of Jeff Ramsdell to win the championship now since he won the first stage.
that's good, because if Jeff won a championship, he would never let us forget that I won the first iRacing championship between all of us on iRacing.
Yeah, so if he was gonna have a chance, but he would have wrecked him out of it.
No, no, me and him, we have one of them rival relationships. We're good friends, and my goal is to beat him. His goal is to beat me.
Yeah,
Um, you know,
yeah,
I've beat him in aspects here, and he's beat me, and we don't let each other forget.
yeah. So speaking of another friend of yours, you have Richard Crane in your on your team, and he's battling for a championship tonight. What is the mindset with Richard right now? Because he right now is leading this race for the truck class.
Nervous. He's no nerves. No. He wants to win, and it's hopefully he can.
Yeah, right now Doug Wysocki is sitting in fourth with Richard Crane leading it, so it's going to be close on points.
Yeah, and I think if they end up tying in points, Richard would have the tiebreaker because he has more wins over the season.
Yeah, yep. Well, you better get down there to Joel Brewer and get him fired up to get around Doug also.
I'll do that.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. I just wanted to bring you up here and chat with you a little bit.
Okay, you have a good one, Dave.
All right, later.
Later.
That was Patrick Anderson, driver of the number 99 Navy car. Here's your race leader, Richard Crane. Oh, we got a battle for the lead. Right here. Battle for the lead. Fonseca. Ramsdell's pitted. He's got fresh tires. Here comes Richard Crane. He has fresher tires also. Then Lucas Gortman. Doug Wysocki, he pitted. Let's find out if he has some problems going on here. It doesn't look like it. He's got some nose damage there. What happened to him? Sorry, we're gonna fast forward and try to find out what happened to our lead. Oh, there we go. It's got Jeff Ramsdell ahead of him. Here a few laps ago, this just happened. Ramsdell slides up. Oh, and Wysocki gets right into the back of him. Back alive. Wysocki is sitting in fifth. He's got to get around Joel Brewer now to get up there to get this championship. These guys might still have to pit. Speaking of pitting, Thomas Myers is coming out pit lane. Lucas Gortman and Keith Fonseca with 18 minutes left to go in this race. Your current race leader is Richard Crane, trying to go out and win this championship. Here comes Richard Crane, just continuing to lead this race. Thomas Teagan right behind him, looking to close the gap. Watch these ARCA cars. They're going to try to regain this race lead. Here's Wysocki and Brewer. Wysoki's a lap down. He's got to come up with a way to get a lap back on these guys. Brewer on pit road. Oh, the 7 car of Ramsdale in the wall. Richard Crane just coming off pit lane. Wysocki just behind him. There's David Scott getting around Wysocki for third place. There's your race leader. Lucas Gortman. Keith Fonseca currently behind him. Thomas Myers. Jeff Ramsdell. Richard Crane. Thomas Teagan. David Scott. Wysocki. Anderson. Bruner has been into the wall. And Joel Brewer. Brewer is 3 laps down. We got a little over 10 minutes left to go. I believe Richard Crane and Teagan have already pitted, and they can make it the rest of the way. I don't know if Wysocki will have to pit again. He's probably saving fuel. Here's what the points look like prior to tonight for the truck class. Richard Crane had a 2-point lead. Doug Wysocki had a 2-point lead. Or a 3-point lead. I'm sorry, it was a 3-point lead, and he won the stage and got 2 points. So right now, I think Doug Wysocki will be your champion if he finishes right here. Thomas Teagan has been faster than Richard Crane by about a half a second. Lucas Gortman continuing to lead. Taco Man over Keith Fonseca. Thomas Teagan's your fastest truck on the track right now. He's trying to reel in Richard Crane. Right now, Richard Crane's best friend is Joel Brewer. Joel Brewer is sitting in 5th place. He's 2 laps back. He is 2 laps behind Doug Wysocki currently, and Richard needs Joel to pass Wysocki. I believe Joel has enough fuel to make it to the end. We're questioning whether Douglas Wysocki does. It's going to be close for Wysocki. He might possibly have just enough fuel to make it. Jeff Ramsdell unlapping himself. Getting around Lucas Gortman. Or he's going a lap down. He's trying to stay on the lead lap. Scraping the wall doesn't help. Lucas has put on a real clinic tonight in his ARCA cars. And about 5 minutes left to go. Richard Crane continued to lead in the truck class. But Doug Wysocki's got 27 laps. They go about 36, so he has about another 9 more laps with 5 minutes left to go. I don't think he's going to have enough. He's going to have to stop and get a splash of fuel. Richard Crane had a 3-point deficit coming into tonight. Douglas Wysocki finished 2 positions ahead of him in the stage, so that gives him a 5-point deficit in this last race to the finish. 3.5 minutes to go. If Wysocki can stay 4th, he will clinch the championship. There's Joel Brewer right there trying to get a lap back from Richard Crane. Richard needs to let him go. Holding him up is not going to help him, Richard. The 44 truck is Richard Crane's best friend right now. He needs Joe Brewer to gain one more position. He needs Joe Brewer to pass Doug Wysocki. There he goes. Richard finally figured that out. With a little over a minute to go. Here's Doug Wysocki. Is he going to make it? I think he might. He might make it. He's only got 35 laps. I think they're able to go 38. Lucas Gortman, your race leader. Keith Fonseca running second. Richard Crane, your truck class leader. And Douglas Wysocki sitting back here in fourth. He only has to stay in the top four. This time by is going to be the white flag. Keith Fonseca, your ARCA class champion. Coming out of four for the last time. Your truck class winner, Richard Crane. And your champion will be Doug Wysocki. If I did my math correctly. What a show by Richard Crane there to win the race. Douglas Wysocki, your champion. Lucas Gortman. Keith Fonseca is your ARCA class champion. Celebrate there, Richard. All right, we got Lucas Taco Man Gortman in the waiting room. What's going on there, Lucas?
Hey man, what's going on, Dave?
What a dominant performance you were able to put forth today in these ARCA cars. Describe your race tonight with these. You didn't seem like you had too much of a challenge.
Yeah, man. These cars, they're some of my favorite. I mean, anyone that knows me, these are some of my favorite cars in iRacing, just entirely. They're a lot of driver and mechanical grip over aero, and it's a great car. Charlotte's one of those tracks as well, very slick, especially early on, and you're just trying to hold on, and man, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your race victory. Do you got anybody you'd like to thank while you're sitting here?
Yeah, man. Everyone at Back Row Esports, Keith, Wheeler, Sonia, myself, just everybody there. Congrats, Keith, on the championship. You did a good job this season. You for doing this broadcast for us. All the admins and everybody. My wife, my daughter, all those guys, and yeah, I think I got everybody.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, congratulations. I'm gonna try to get Keith to talk to him on his championship.
Hey, man, thank you.
All right, man. That was Taco Man, Lucas Gortman. Let's see if we can't get Keith up here. Hey, Keith. Well, you haven't won a broadcaster race, but now you've won a broadcasting championship.
I have won a championship while it was being broadcast.
And you're only one position away from winning that. Now, would it have hurt Lucas to, like, disconnect on that last lap?
Lucas was getting hungry. So like, you know, like it right there, like 5 minutes ago, is getting really bad and stuff. But he figured he'd tough it out and finish it. But yeah, you know, I'm a happy camper right now, Dave.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on this championship. You get one of those their trophies. I think as Gitchell, I believe Gitchell is playing the trophies for this. So you get one of them GMS 3D trophies.
Nice. I got a little room up there on the shelf behind me for it. Just got to dust the spot now. But, yeah. I'm happy. Now, was there a lot of people that came out this season? No, but like I say, you still got to go out there and win, no matter what. So, you know.
All right, yeah.
You know, appreciate it or whatnot. You know, everybody SDR. You know, Thomas. You know, running the league really great this year. You know, I'd like to thank my wife for being my wife.
yeah. She was watching tonight and she was cheering you on. So.
Yeah. The back row sim racing guys. You know, my parents and my mom. You know, let's just thank everybody.
All right, man.
Happy camper.
I appreciate you, and we look forward to the Freaky Fast guys, and we'll talk to you on down the road.
All right, thanks, Dave.
All right, that was Keith Fonseca, and let me bring in Thomas Myers. How you doing there, Thomas? You're not with me? All right, I thought I had Thomas.
There it is. I'm here.
All right, so was I correct? And Doug Wysocki is our truck champion, correct?
I am currently working with the other admins to get that figured out at the moment. I have not looked at the point sheet. I have heard that there may be a tie.
Well, coming into it, the point sheet says that he was up by 3, and he finished 2 positions in front of Richard in the stage, so that means he was up by 5. So I think he beat Richard by 1.
That's what I've got as well, but I think we've also got to wait to find out who ran the fastest lap, because I think that's also a point.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's see. I can tell you.
Richard got the fastest lap
and the pole. So
technically he started at a 2-point deficit, which would have put him tied. Fastest lap, I believe, gives him the edge.
Yeah. Well, you guys are the admins. You tell me. I did not know about the fastest lap.
I'm going to go confirm it with Ramsdale. I will be back.
All right. Anyways, I'm going to bring in Doug Wysocki on his championship effort. Hey, Doug Wysocki. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Hey, they're trying to do the math, and they got their shoes off trying to count the points here and see who actually won this truck championship. But describe your night.
Well, I had it all in the bag there. Arca car just got in the way. I don't know. He went low. I went high. I mean, once he went low, he committed and just got in front of me, and it pretty much ruined my night. But I mean, you know, it's fun.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you and Richard had like it felt like Richard was faster on the short to intermediate runs, but then you had the faster long run truck. Is that how you felt too?
Oh yeah, definitely. Richard's always usually quicker off the bat. I was just trying to save some tires, just kind of just get along, just run with him. I knew if I just raced with him, it was no big deal, you know. That first segment worked out good, and then after that, it just didn't. Man, I
Yeah.
don't know what else to say.
Yeah. Well, you got anybody you'd like to thank while you're sitting here right now?
Yeah, I mean, my teammate Larry there. I mean, he's been great all year. You guys, man, it's a great league. I appreciate you letting me be a part of it. Fridays didn't work out for me. I had some health issues and other issues, but yeah, all my teammates at Charity Motorsports, all the guys at Elswick Esports, all my teammates there. Just a bunch of great guys, man. I appreciate everybody.
All right. Well, we'll let you go here, and we'll congratulate you. I'm not sure where the points are standing at right now, but
I actually have the result on that. If Doug would like to hang out for 1 second here.
okay.
Yes, sir.
You there with us, Richard?
No, I can get Richard. Oh,
Just pull
yeah,
him
he's
up.
here. He's here.
I'm here.
All right, wanted both of you here so that I can explain this to both of you because this was very, very tough to sit through. The winner of the truck championship came down to a tie. The tiebreaker was the points on the night. Points on the night, 25-24, Richard Crane.
Well, congratulations there, Doug. I don't want you to think you put up a championship effort tonight, man.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I'm irritated, but that's good. Good job, Richard.
Thank you, Doug. I know you think Jeff might have done that on purpose, but I know Jeff for quite a while now. I don't think he did it on-
I don't think
He
did it
was on old
purpose.
tires,
No.
and
No.
it was a bad deal. It cost you the championship for sure because
Yeah, it's.
I couldn't
no,
keep
I know
tires on
he
these
didn't do it
things.
on purpose. I know that. I was just irritated because he committed low, and when we went low, I went high, and he just turned up in front of me.
Yeah,
and I
it was
just it is
you
what
didn't
it
read
is.
each other's
I
minds.
tried. I tried. Good job though, man. It was fun.
Thank you, Doug.
All right,
Thank you,
Richard, you're the race winner tonight, man. Congratulations on that race win. You went out and did what you had to do.
Yes, that's what I needed. I needed to win. I needed the fastest time qualifying and the fastest lap. I think that's what did it. But that first stage, man, tires were just bad. I mean, right front, I couldn't hold nothing. Then the pit strategy really did it. And on the start of the stage, I was able to get around the mall and get that big lead. It helped too.
Yeah. So, were you? What was your mindset coming into tonight's race?
Fast, speed, win everything I could win.
Yeah.
And I was 3 points, like I said, I was 3 points behind him, and I knew that's what I had to do.
Yeah, well, you did what you had to do. I know he's probably not the happiest camper, but we've all lost him.
I like Doug. Yeah, Doug's a good competitor. I've had a great, I gotta say, I've had a good year with all the wins and stuff. Like, I gotta thank Thomas, for the league and all that. He's a good owner. He's a good guy. I appreciate keeping things going like he did.
Hey, thank you. It means a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you talked about not finishing the season off, just ending at Watkins Glen. I'm glad you didn't do that. I would have been big trouble.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, you got anybody you'd like to thank while you're sitting here?
Of course, the guys are always there to help me. And David, Jeff, Patrick, they're a bunch of great guys. I know that this was important to me. In a real race, I never could win a championship. Well, I did it here.
There you go, man. Well, congratulations. Host that trophy up high and loud and proud. And we'll talk to you on down the line here on Monday night sometime.
Okay. I gotta thank Susan. Without her, she lets me do this stuff.
Oh yeah.
She don't complain. She just lets me do it.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have her. And
Yeah. You better.
I'm grateful for the Lord, everything He's done for me.
Yeah. Amen to that. Thank you for being a good friend, bud.
No problem, Dave.
All right.
Thank you all again, Thomas.
We're going
See you Thursday night, Dave.
All right. We'll see ya. We're gonna do the final results. Oh, I got the starting grid. Let's do the results. The Lucas Gordman, Keith Fonseca, Thomas, you finished top 3 there. Jeff Ramsdell, Patrick Anderson, and Michael Gitchell, your results for the ARCA class. In the trucks, it was Richard Crane, Thomas Teagan, David Scott, Doug Wysocki, Joel Brewer, and Larry Bruner was your finishing in the truck class. Well, that was eventful there, Thomas. Just even doing the points was eventful.
Yeah, you wouldn't think a race with 12 drivers in it would be that exciting and keep you on the edge of your seat for that long, but it did.
Yeah, there was a action somewhere on the track, and you know, they both drivers did what they needed to do. Keith Fonseca and as well as Richard Creighton.
Yes, but I'm going to go ahead and take an opportunity here. And just so that everybody knows that's watching this, moving forward, SDR is now officially merged with NIL.
Yeah, well, that is awesome. I know that we've been working hard behind the scenes trying to get you know, some participation, and I think moving forward there'll be some great racing on Monday nights.
Yes, we've got some stuff that we are definitely talking about and can't wait to hash everything out on it. And I think it's going to be a little more exciting than what we've currently had going on over the last 2 years.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we'll talk to you on down the line. Thank you for everybody that watched tonight, and we'll see you guys on Friday night.